Are you Madam Lauretta, right? If I may be correct. We have your CV, but yet for us to be more satisfied, we need you to take us through your CV. And if there's anything you want us to know, which is not in your CV, feel free and let us know. And then after that, our colleagues and myself may ask you questions which I expect you to answer. So, Madam Lauretta, go ahead and brief us on your CV.
Of the committee, distinguished Vice Chairman, distinguished senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and members of this esteemed committee. My name once again is Lauretta Onochie. I was born in 1959, and although I was born in the north, where my parents and grandparents worked, at 4 years old, I was taken back to my area, that is where my parents came from, Delta State. And that's where I had my primary and secondary school education. After this, after the secondary school education, I went on to train as a teacher, a secondary school teacher, majoring in business education. And then thereafter, I settled in Calabar with my family, where I produced 2 beautiful children.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And then, while in Calabar, I began to teach in an award-winning primary school, Auntie Margaret International School. And from there, I went to do my degree at the University of Calabar. Some years later, after my daughter, my first child, got admission to study at the Federal Government College, Owerri. Some years after she's been there, there were issues with her in the school. And I thought these issues are not what I was ready to face. So I took my children and I left the country. And when I got to the United Kingdom, although I had become a head teacher in Calabar. I was the youngest head teacher in Calabar, and they used to call me Eaglet headmistress. Although I was a head teacher, having arrived in the UK and teachers were in short demand, I had to retrain to continue teaching. That gave me the opportunity to volunteer in so many schools, primary schools, secondary schools, working with people with learning difficulties, working with the elderly, working with black, white. I had all those experiences. And 3 years on, after arriving in the UK, I qualified as a lecturer and a trainer for people with learning difficulties and disabilities. Now, this training made it possible for me to shun all form of vices, because I became an advocate for people who are disadvantaged in life. And my nature being that I have no partisanship bone in my body, it was easy for me to adjust to this job. I took it on until a few years later, when I resigned from lecturership in order to look after children who were taken into care, or children who were at risk of being taken into care. These children have severe behavioral issues, and we are bound either to the psychiatric hospital, to end up in psychiatric hospitals or not, but that was the role I began to take. It was during taking this role, and having won an award for it, we began to I went for a meeting where we were asked to come to support the then candidate, the president of, the then candidate, Muhammadu Buhari. And then that's how we were all asked to come to work with him in Nigeria. And that's how I began to work with him. I have seen the petitions, against me. Oh, okay, not yet. Okay. I have seen some of the petitions written against me, but it's instructive to note that the petition has not come only from the side of PDP, but many vocal people that have been against my being here today are also in APC. And that says it all, because they know that I am not partisan, that for me it's about the truth, it's about the Constitution, and it's about the law. And that's where I always stand. So I keep saying that nobody has anything to fear with me getting this role, because I will be going to represent the people of the South, giving them, sitting in a position where I can ensure that the votes of the ordinary Niger Deltan count. It is irrespective of whether we are Christians or Muslims, whether we belong to one political party or the other. As far as I'm concerned, I think I'm the Madam Due Process. I like to follow due order, and that is why all the attacks, because I follow due process. I follow the law, and I follow the Constitution.
Madam Due Process.